rain drowns the South overnight. Multiple rescues as cars are overtaken by water and tornadoes touch down. Now warnings more severe weather is on the way for millions.
Donald Trump goes head-to-head with Megyn Kelly, calling a truce on their Twitter war.
Bimbo?
Well, there was a retweet, yeah. Did I say that?
Many times.
Ooh, okay. Excuse me.
As he launches a new attack on Hillary Clinton, the Democratic frontrunner fighting back and trying to stop Bernie Sanders as he racks up another win overnight.
A massive blast in New York sparks a travel nightmare. Fireball below the train tracks, smoke swamps the cars above. Thousands of commuters stranded right now.
New bombshell revelations about the O.J. Simpson trial. The lawyer at the center of it all speaking out for the first time in 20 years.
And I knew that glove would not fit him.
What he says O.J. told him in that now famous moment after getting the verdict that shocked the world.
Live in Times Square, this is Good Morning America.
And good morning, America. A lot to get to this Wednesday morning. We are coming off another day of voting in the race for the White House. Two contests on the Democratic side. Bernie Sanders, the winner in Oregon.
And the race extremely close in Kentucky. Hillary Clinton declaring victory there. We're going to have a lot more on politics in just a moment. But first, I hear someone's favorite band is here.
Really?
Yes.
Coldplay's here, everybody. And they've been rehearsing all morning there. The guys are behind the scenes right there, a little exclusive video. And I am excited. One of my favorite bands.
So good.
And I cannot wait to go upstairs and hear more and watch these guys. It's going to be great.
Yeah, you know it's a good day when you're walking in and you hear Coldplay rehearsing.
Sounding good that early.
I was singing on the way in, to be honest with you.
I was too.
Singing to
Green
myself.
Eyes, one of my favorite songs.
Fix You.
So many. Ooh.
Really?
When you try your best, but you don't.
Wow.
Pretty good. All right.
If they need a backup, I'm available, guys.
Much more on Coldplay in just a bit. But we have to begin, though, with that severe weather overnight. Record rain in Florida, leading to major flooding and funnel clouds spotted in the south. Now, unfortunately, more severe weather on the way, and Rob is here with the latest on all of it. Rob, good morning.
Good morning, Amy. We're kind of in a stubborn pattern here. This front stalled right across the Gulf of Mexico, which this time of year really tends to enhance and ramp up the rain. The past 24 hours, it did just that.
From Texas to Florida, the South gearing up for another day of wild weather. Almost a foot of rain falling in Vero Beach, Florida, an all-time record. This funnel cloud threatening.
It's too close to a train coming through. It got louder.
While this golf course transformed into a swamp. Huge hail coming down in Texas with the force of major league fastballs, cracking this storm chaser's windshield. Days of heavy rain stranding drivers. In San Antonio, Interstate 35 closed in both directions. The area bracing for more rain today.
Another impulse right along this stalled stationary boundary here north of San Antonio. This guy will come across the Rio Grande and really start to enhance the rainfall overnight tonight in through tomorrow. And we now have a flash flood watch that's posted for parts of central east coast of Florida here through this afternoon. So saturated here with nearly a foot of rain falling there. And we'll probably see a little bit more in the way of that. In the next 5 days, really, rainfall pretty heavy right up and through D.C. Could see 2 to 4 inches of additional rainfall. A very, very wet pattern.
Wow, no let up at all. Okay, Rob, thanks. We're going to move to the race for the White House now. Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders facing off in 2 contests overnight, with Sanders the winner in Oregon. Clinton claiming victory in Kentucky, extremely tight race. And there's this tweet from Hillary Clinton. Thanks for having our back, Kentucky. ABC's Cecilia Vega in Louisville with the latest. Good morning, Cecilia.
Hey, George, good morning to you for ABC News. This race is still too close to call at this hour. But as you said, Hillary Clinton took to Twitter to declare her victory. She says this election is just getting started. Overnight, Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders neck and neck in Kentucky. The race in the bluegrass state too close to call. And Sanders still celebrating his big Oregon win.
We're going to win California.
Joined by a few thousand supporters in California, coming out ahead in momentum, but falling short in delegates.
It will be a steep climb. I recognize that. But we have the possibility of going to Philadelphia with a majority of the pledged delegates.
This morning, it's not just a battle with Clinton. Sanders is now locked in a bitter fight with the Democratic Party. All caught on video. Sanders supporters at Nevada State Party convention last weekend, angry about rules that deem some delegates ineligible. Then came threats to the state party chairwoman, who says Sanders supporters listed her phone number online.
You are the epitome of evil. You and your days, like you're numbered.
Sanders denouncing the violence, but sticking with his supporters. A big problem for Hillary Clinton, those paid speeches, under the microscope once again. Clinton overnight releasing financial records showing that last year, she and her husband Bill gave 28 speeches, earning nearly $7 million combined. And more than $1 million of that from Clinton's own paid speeches. This has been a huge source of controversy in this campaign for her refusal to make those speeches public. Amy, we are now seeing that she made significantly less money in 2015 on those paid speeches than she has in years past, Amy.
All right, Cecilia, thanks for the latest on that. And now to the Republican side, and Donald Trump racking up a win in Oregon overnight as he sits down with Megyn Kelly and goes on the attack not just against Hillary Clinton, but also her husband. ABC's Tom Yamas is here with the latest on all of that. Good morning, Tom.
Amy, good morning to you. Donald Trump revealing some insight into how he thinks and the reasoning behind some of his outrageous stunts. And there was one uncomfortable moment in that interview when Kelly asked Trump about calling her a bimbo on social media.
I view myself as a person that, like everybody else, is fighting for survival.
Overnight, Donald Trump and Megyn Kelly head to head.
When I'm wounded, I go after people hard, okay? And I try and unwound myself.
Their first interview since this explosive moment at that Republican presidential debate 9 months ago.
You've called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals. Your Twitter account...
Only Rosie O'Donnell.
For the record, it was well beyond Rosie O'Donnell.
Yes, I'm sure it was.
Trump telling Kelly he thought it was an unfair opening question and retaliated, including with name-calling retweets.
Bimbo?
Well, there was a retweet, yeah. Did I say that?
Many times.
Ooh, okay. Excuse me.
What do you think
Not the most horrible thing, again, politically, not the most. Over your life, Megyn, you've been called a lot worse. Is that right? Wouldn't you say? You've had a life that's not been that easy. And
it's not about me. It's not about me. It's about the messaging to young girls and to other women.
It's a certain amount of fighting back. It's a modern-day form of fighting back. I mean, it really is.
And even though he's the presumptive Republican nominee, Trump telling Kelly this.
If I don't go all the way and if I don't win, I will consider it to be a total and complete waste of time, energy, and money.
To get there, Trump will have to get past the Democrats. A super PAC supporting Hillary Clinton now releasing this ad using Trump's own words on women.
I view a person who's flat-chested is very hard to be attacked.
Trump responding on Twitter, posting, "Amazing that crooked Hillary can do a hit ad on me concerning women when her husband was the worst abuser of women in U.S. political history." Former President Bill Clinton refusing to play Trump's game.
I think people are smart enough to figure this out.
Helping Trump, his wife Melania, defending him in Du Jour magazine. Melania saying in part, he's not Hitler. He wants to help America, bring people together, and bring jobs back. And this morning, Trump set to meet with former Secretary of State Henry Kissinger. The meeting coming just as Trump said in an interview he would be open to speaking with an infamous leader we have no diplomatic relationship with, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. George?
Okay, Tom, thanks. Let's dig into this now with John Carl down in Washington. John, let's start out with Donald Trump. You got the Megyn Kelly interview last night, the Henry Kissinger meeting. Today he's giving interviews to the Washington Post and others. It appears that he's looking for a little bit of a general election makeover here.
Yeah, it looks like almost a complete reboot in terms of temperament. And I've got to tell you, George, watching that interview with Megyn Kelly, I got the impression this is a Donald Trump that would be very hard to beat in the general election. He was moderated, he was restrained, he was almost reflective. The big question is, can that last? I mean, you heard him in that interview also talk about how he likes to fight back when he's attacked. He says he responds times 10, and he will be attacked in ways that are far harsher than he saw during the primaries. He will be provoked. The question is, does that restrained, almost reflective Donald Trump really last?
That is a big question right now. Meantime, on the Democratic side, who would have thought this? But it appears right now the Democrats are having a harder time getting together than the Republicans.
Yeah, it looks like the Democratic convention will be the angry one, the one with drama. From Bernie Sanders last night, you really heard fighting words. He was saying to the leaders of the Democratic Party, let the people in, as if the door is being barred to his supporters. Democrats all assume everybody will get on board because Donald Trump is such a threat. But, George, this is really something to watch. I mean, Bernie Sanders is not going quietly.
Not at all, John Carl. Thanks very much.
All right, and now to the latest on those massive airport security lines. Take a look at these images that are coming in from Chicago this morning. Passengers across the country waiting for hours and hours. The TSA now bringing in extra screeners to Chicago. ABC's Alex Perez is there at O'Hare Airport with the latest. Good morning, Alex.
Hey, good morning, Amy. Check this out. Check this out behind me here. You can see the line already snaking through the security checkpoint here. And while there is some relief in sight, the number of passengers is only expected to grow.
Very long wait lines.
This is the new norm for passengers at many of the nation's airports, and this morning, word those frustrating long lines could soon be even worse.
They told us the security lines might be 2.5, 3 hours.
Overnight, airline industry experts revealing we are headed for a record high travel season this summer. 231 million passengers expected, compared to 222 million last year. That's 95,000 more passengers every day.
It took me about 45 minutes to get through the checkpoint. I don't know what the deal is.
With patients wearing thin.
Are you kidding me, TSA? What the
A mea culpa from the TSA Tuesday after a travel nightmare in Chicago led to epic lines and thousands of missed flights, leaving many sleeping on cots at the airport.
I do apologize to the people who found themselves stranded in Chicago yesterday. I don't know what the cause of that was.
A major part of the problem, since 2013, the TSA has lost 5,000 agents, but passenger volume has spiked more than 8%. At Chicago's airports is some relief in sight. 100 part-time screeners will be rushed to full-time work by this weekend, and 250 more agents headed here in the coming months.
And the pressure is on. There are now calls for the head of the TSA to resign if the lines are not under control by Memorial Day. That's just about 2 weeks away. George?
Yeah, a lot of pressure over this weekend. Okay, Alex, thanks very much. We're going to move on now to a major fire, creating a travel nightmare on one of the busiest commuter train lines in the country. Truck went up in flames in New York City, shutting down the Metro North Railroad. The service is still limited this morning, and ABC's Gio Benitez is on the scene in Harlem. Good morning, Gio.
George, good morning to you. These tracks are now running on a limited weekend schedule, which, as you know, here in New York City, that's a big deal. Let me step out of the way here so you can see these workers cleaning up this big mess. This was a major, major scare. Overnight, a terrifying fire erupting. The massive blaze igniting on a major commuter train track into and out of New York City. The fire starting at a fertilizer, lumber, propane tank, and garden supplier in between two construction trailers, right underneath the tracks. The blaze so intense, it bent steel. You can see a train moments after the blast heading through that thick black smoke.
Like a loud explosion, like a big bomb.
A witness saying a spark from the train may have started the blaze.
After that spark, it was a loud explosion.
Tens of thousands of commuters left stranded in New York's Grand Central Station, forced to find another way home.
So we were sitting on the train for a while until we realized we weren't going anywhere.
Incredibly, only one firefighter suffering minor injuries.
The fire was so hot that they could hear the rivets, the bolts popping. This is an example of a bolt that popped. It's obvious that there was a certain amount of shifting in the steel.
Engineers working throughout the night to reinforce steel that was damaged by that intense blaze. And back out here live, we can tell you 2 of the tracks are back up and running. In fact, we've already seen several trains go by here. Clearly, inspectors are very, very confident right now, Amy.
All right, that is good news. Gio, thank you. A milestone to tell you about at the Pentagon. The Senate has confirmed Eric Fanning to the position of Army Secretary. That makes him the first openly gay leader of a U.S. military service. The vote had been delayed for months because of an unrelated disagreement between one senator and the White House. Fanning says he has seen attitudes change during his years at the Pentagon, from tolerating gays to accepting them, and now to embracing them.
That is a big change, and we're going to move on now to a new bombshell in the Olympic doping scandal. More allegations involving more athletes ahead of this summer's games in Rio. ABC's Matt Gutman here with the latest. Good morning, Matt.
Hey, good morning, George. Until now, most of that scrutiny was focused on doping Russian athletes. But now the Justice Department is investigating not just athletes, but possibly Russian government officials, anti-doping authorities, or anyone who may have benefited from a doping scheme that seems to go back a decade. And that as the doping scandal widens, engulfing a dozen new countries. Overnight, another potential black eye for the Olympics. The IOC announcing that after retesting hundreds of samples from the 2008 Beijing Games, 31 athletes representing 12 countries in 6 different sports turned up positive for banned substances. Officials have not released the names of these athletes, but say their investigation was focused on those who might potentially compete at the Olympic Games in Rio this summer. Those athletes now facing a ban instead.
The credibility of the anti-doping infrastructure is under unprecedented pressure right now.
The IOC keeps samples for 10 years to allow for retesting with updated analysis technology. Officials hope these latest efforts succeed at keeping the games clean. But many observers say it could be too little, too late.
It's not the administrators, it's not the sponsors. Without the athletes, there's no Olympics. If they don't buy into this system, you can pull a tarp over it.
And guys, this is not even close to being over. The crackdown continues with the IOC saying it's retesting 250 samples from the 2012 games in London. Cheating athletes might find themselves not only locked out of the games in Rio this summer, but also stripped of their medals. George.
Yeah, so much more to learn with multiple investigations. Matt, thanks very much. Mike, you found something incredible out of Alaska.
Yes, I sure did, George. And everybody, take a look at this. A firefighter was trapped inside an overturned car until all these good Samaritans jumped into action, kicking out the sunroof of the car. And just listen to these guys.
Oh, you guys saved my life.
Wow, that's incredible.
They finally freed the man. And he was the fireman who was in the car. He's used to be on the other side of that. But these good Samaritans, they saved him right before the car started to burn out of control. And we are all happy that he is safe this morning. And they are all heroes in our opinion. And did you guys see this last night? Did you pay attention to the NBA lottery draft?
I did today when I heard.
You heard about this, right? NBA legend Dikembe Mutombo. He tweeted his congratulations to his former team, the Philadelphia 76ers, for winning the first pick in the NBA draft. But the only problem, the lottery hadn't happened yet. So he later tweeted that he was just excited. He got ahead of himself. But so many basketball fans are suspicious now because they wondered how could he know in advance?
Yeah, excited or clairvoyant?
I don't know. He said excited.
Okay.
Is there any way he could know?
Not if it's a draft and it's a lottery, you shouldn't know. But a lot of people now wonder, is it fixed or not? But I don't know. I don't have the answer, but it's a little strange.
Things that make you go,
This also makes you go, huh? It's almost Memorial Day, and you've got freeze up on your board.
Check it out, George. Things that make you go, brr. I mean, you're tired of this, aren't you? Northern tier frost advisories for parts of Wisconsin and northern Michigan. But we're going to get some warming here. Temperatures getting near 80 degrees in Minneapolis on Sunday. Take you to the Valley of the Sun. Look at this dust storm happening in Phoenix yesterday. Dropping visibilities as a storm kicked up just to the west. And the sunny cities now. Brought to you by Dairy Queen. Check it out.
The new Royal Blizzard is a blizzard breakthrough. But what's the science behind the fudge suspended inside?
Let's begin.
Cross teleportation.
Uh-oh.
Centrifugal force?
It's not working.
Liquid nitrogen? Lasers?
Guys, I actually fill the blizzard with fudge.
Science! Experience the all-new Royal Blizzard lineup, like the Royal Oreo filled with a vortex of creamy fudge for a blizzard breakthrough. This is fan food, not fast food.
Good morning, Washington. Another dreary day, but not nearly as rainy as yesterday. We'll have a few showers in the metro, but most of the rain north and west of town with our high around the 60-degree mark. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies, our low around 50. And tomorrow, I do expect a few breaks in the clouds. I also can't rule out a shower, but they'll be very few and far between. Temperatures a little bit warmer tomorrow, but a nice Friday to look forward to. Rain comes back, will be heavy at times on your Saturday with showery conditions next week.
Not quite sunny in D.C., but at least it'll be drier. They've had an awfully wet May so far, and some will have a wet weekend. We'll talk more about that tomorrow.
Thank you, Rob. Coming up next, those new revelations about the O.J. Simpson trial. One of the famous